Good morning. We are Ana and Andrea, and our topic is how to teach English to teenagers. There is a common myth about teaching English to teenagers. They are more difficult to teach than children because they are not interested in learning. Therefore, the idea of teaching students from 13 to 17 years old can worry some teachers who question their ability to manage a class of distract young people who don't want to be there. I have been teaching English for 3 years now, and I can tell you that this is not true. They want to learn English, but there are factors that affect their learning process. So, here you have some tips to teach teenagers. Report. A genuine interest in them and their lives will really improve your relationship with teenagers. Believe me, they have a talent for seeing through you and knowing if you are being genuine or faking this interest. To help you with that, you could use the first minutes of the class to engage in an informal conversation about their lives or about how was their day and etc. Interest. Take time to get to know what they like, and you have to include that in your planning. In a way to include this interest, you can do an online survey related to the grammar or the vocabulary. For example, you can include movie topics videos or song activities. Choice. I have noticed that when you involve your students in the lesson planning, they feel part of it. But it should be clear that you cannot just let students choose what they want to do. I refer that you have to plan in a way where students, whether they choose, functions for your lesson plan. For example, if you want students to write a narrative or any other type of text, you can provide a few alternative titles for them to choose. And you want students to make a presentation or a specific topic, you can let the students choose what tool to use to make the presentation. For example, a PowerPoint, a video, a poster. Let them choose. Challenge. You have to create a slightly more difficult task, but in a way that they don't feel too difficult. You can introduce competitions in the classroom and make sure that you keep track of points and set up a prize system. But the most important thing to understand about teaching teens is that they are often well advanced in their English proficiency. So you have to challenge them. No stick to the book lesson plans. Look for creative ways to engage your students. For example, when you are teaching a lesson on music, consider moving away from the textbook in favor of having students bring their own instruments and perform for the class. Or maybe let the students choose a song that they can use in a class activity. Keep relevance in mind. This means that the materials that you use and the topics that you teach about should relate to teenage students' lives. And actually, my students often ask to me, "Why do we have to learn this, teacher? Are we going to use this grammar?" So we have to remember them the benefits of learning English language. And remember, teens are as enjoyable as any other age group.